Hi, students. Hope you are understanding the job analysis, right? We have discussed many issues about job analysis, but finally, after completing methods of the job analysis, right? That may be observation, questionnaire, and then so the diary using the diary techniques. So we have a critical incident technique. So we use all these methods to collect data. So once you collect the data, so that information, right? So what to do with that information, right? So application of that information, we just describe and understand in two models. The first model that for the application of information one is all about to understand the outcome of the entire the job analysis, right? So that is the main objective. So with that objective, if you just look at the outcome of the job analysis, so we already understood the mainly job description, right? The job specifications, and then so the performance standards. So these are the main things, right? So job description is about we know that each job duties and responsibilities, and then we know that to perform the job, what kind of qualifications and skills are required, that is job specifications. And at the same time, these two are the base for developing the performance standards. So the performance standards like establishes the level of satisfactory performance by the industry, right? What is the level of satisfaction, and what is the level of required the performance. So such things are finalized from the job analysis. So when you just look at the application of the job analysis information, so job analysis information is applied on the job description, job specification, job performance standards, and job designs. So we are applying this the data on these four major aspects. Like, so what are the data that we have collected? We can divide the data into four parts: job specification part, job description part, job performance, the standards, and job design part. So for these four, we are just dividing and then applying center data for these four main purposes. Right. So why these are required, I will tell you later on. So because these are the base for further all HR functions. So the job description should include at least the following elements, right? So the job description, job title, job code, and no FLSA, the status, like no in the situations, what is the status of the job, and essential job duties, task statements, context or any unusual elements, data created, revision number and then date. So all these are the job description activities. So if you just look at the job description, recognize the list of functions, tasks, accountabilities, and working conditions and competencies for a particular occupation or a job. So job description is a list of the job duties, responsibilities, reporting relationship, and then supervisors who are the supervisor for that job. So there is no standard format used in the writing job description, but it contains no job duties, responsibilities, and then no accountability, supervisor, relationship with others. So if in that context, if you just look at no, the job description, so mainly you can see the job title, job identification, job summary, the job responsibilities and duties, and working conditions. These are the main elements in the job descriptions. So if you just see the further, the job title, indicates the job duties and organizational level. It specifies the title of the job, like marketing manager or clerk or etc. So job identification is the distinguishes the job from all other jobs. So when you look at one job, how the job is different from others. So contains the several types of information because each job the data is different. So each job data is unique. So it has its own the features, right? So the job status, no, section permits the quick identification of the job from the rest of the other organizations, right? So if you just see, no, the job description further, you can see the job summary, like a description, general nature of the job, listing only the major functions and then activities. So you can see, for example, marketing manager, plans, direction, coordination, the marketing of the organizational products. So responsibilities and then duties, like a list of the major responsibilities and duties. All major duties should be separately and then described in a few sentences. So we can see that example establishes the marketing goals, development marketing plans, and then programs and communication with the advertising agencies. So these are all the responsibilities of the marketing managers, right? So further, if we just look at working conditions of the job, working conditions, the part in the job description, it also explains the working conditions, hours of work, safety, and then health hazards, and what kind of health is required, what kind of environment is required at workplace. All these are described in the job description, right? So the use of the job descriptions. Why? What is the no, the purpose of the job description? Job description helps us for grading and then classification of the jobs, placement and then orientation of new employees, promotion and then transfers, defining and then outlining the career paths for each the job, right? Because if you have a job description, that helps us to plan the career of each and every individual. So redressal of the grievances, investigating incidents, locating the fault and defining the limits of the authorities, health and fatigue the studies of the job, and developing the performance standards. So these are the benefits of the job descriptions, right? So with this, let me just stop here and then looking forward to meet you in the video 33.